I suggest we get started because it's 3 o'clock. So I declare the meeting open. And we are all in attendance, which is wonderful. And I think Sarah may have just come back again. I see. No, I guess not. But she'll be back in just a minute. We have no community participation. I don't see any unknown bodies lurking around. So I think we can just go straight into our own business, which will be up to Charlotte, the treasurer's report, please. You have a copy of it.
You should all have a copy of the treasurer's report.
I have it right in front of me. Yes, I do.
I sent them out this morning. So
Yeah.
the big thing is we have $3,199.92 in the budget account and $9,058.48 in the Friends account.
Now, Charlotte, you said that we would not be able to transfer money from one account to the other account. Is that correct? Or was it John who said it was illegal to do this?
You can't go from the budget account into the Friends account because the town expects us to spend the money that's budgeted, and we can't put it aside for a rainy day.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Since all the money is held on the town's books, if we wanted to write a check out of the Friends account, I suspect we'd have to move money or tell Diane Converse or somebody at the town, we'd like to write a check and you can fund it out of the Friends account.
Right. Yeah.
If we're going to buy a plant, let's say, and we felt that qualified to be spent from the Friends account. As I understand it, the only checkbook is in the hands of the folks at the town hall. So we just tell them to write a check and take it out of the Friends account instead of the budget.
Right. You're absolutely right. And the money in the Friends account is supposedly for trees and plants, but it could be for tree care as well, I think. What we had hoped that the remaining, that money that was behind would be able to go to pay students this summer for working. I don't know if they're going to take it away from us. That's what you were suggesting, was that if it doesn't get spent before a certain July 1st. I have not heard yet from Jay about when we can meet, because I think they're still into the whole budget matter, but we need to get an okay that we can hire students to work. They then have to apply to the town hall. Now, there was a student who worked at the town hall last summer. We were not allowed to hire students last summer, but we want to make sure we can hire them this year. But they have to apply as regular, in order to be covered by the insurance. They have to apply as regular town employees, I guess. But it would be very nice if we could hire them, and we can hire them for lots of time in June before that money runs out, by the sound of it. Sarah, are you there yet?
Doesn't look like it.
No, not yet. Okay.
Can I just ask a question, being relatively new?
Absolutely.
So my understanding from this conversation is then that the budget funds are sort of use it or lose it, and that's what the town designates within the fiscal year. But the Friends account are donations that people have made, and then that they can be used at the discretion of how either the funds were designated or the discretion of this committee.
Absolutely, perfectly. You have grasped it exactly.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
And sometimes when we're confronting huge expenses, Denise, like we did with the oak tree, the town will pick that up out of their monies and pay for it, which is what happened last year.
Okay.
So we didn't actually have to pay for that. Would have been a huge expense to take care of that oak tree.
Okay.
We are now, if we think about Julian's report that he gave us, looking at some major expenses for tree work.
Yeah.
So that it would be very hard to lose that $3,000 if we're going to be needing it for trees. And if we need to do the trees before then, that may be something we have to think about too.
Yeah.
Okay, and any other questions about the budget? Thank you, Charlotte, for doing this.
You're welcome.
I texted Jessie again and said you really would like to talk with her. I haven't had a reply from her. I
Okay.
know she's a busy lady, but she's a very friendly, busy lady. And a very efficient, friendly, busy lady.
That's the best kind.
More than happy to get when she gets the time. But thank you for doing that. Okay. The other one was this Federated Garden Club of Connecticut. Denise, Linda had suggested, she used to be on our board, actually, on our group, but she has left it now. But she suggested that we should join the Federated Garden Clubs of Connecticut. Do you want to talk about that, Charlotte?
Yes.
Hi, Sarah. Welcome back.
Hello. Thank you.
This is Sarah, by the way.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
That's Denise Essinger up in the top there, and John and Charlotte Davis. This is Sarah Zizek, who is the miracle coach, teacher of the US the Wissahick Academy, with 6 years running champion, right? National champion.
Yep, that's
Amazing.
us.
That's you. No team is any better than its coach. The coach is a great team.
Thank
So you are fantastic. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, Charlotte, Federated Garden Club.
Yep, Federated Garden Clubs, Connecticut is an umbrella organization over about 120 individual garden clubs. And for $36, we can become affiliate members, which gives us a link to our website on their website. You can place up to 6 events per year on their calendar, an online Connecticut newsletter. You may promote your organization's events and workshops on our social media and Facebook and Instagram, and your organization may be spotlighted in the news and on our website, which seems like it would be $36 well spent.
I would agree. I would not be competent in putting stuff on there, all that technology that you talked about, all those media sites. Sarah, that's usually your area of expertise. Is that something you'd be able to do? Or
Yeah.
Charlotte? Yeah.
I could definitely do that.
Okay.
Well, and they have, this is John, they have a webmaster, so to speak, who's in charge of managing the website. So if you send her material, she'll post it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, perfect.
So if it's part of, if I don't think we actually have a website, but it's probably a branch on the town website, but we could put a link to that on the Federation's website, which is ctgardenclubs.org. And then if we had an event like this art festival in the spring, we could put that on their calendar if we fill out the application form to become an affiliate member. In the interest of full disclosure, I'm the assistant treasurer of this organization, soon to be the treasurer after the April annual meeting. So I'm quite familiar with how that works.
Oh,
But it is a way
fantastic.
to reach, it's a way to reach 6,000 people.
I mean, I think it sounds like a great idea. And particularly since we have an inside member here who can make sure we're doing it the right way. But yeah, I mean, how do you feel, Denise?
Sure, I'm not familiar with the organization, but it sounds like it's a nice synergy.
Great.
There are
Sarah?
Yeah.
there are other arboretums that are also affiliates around the state. If you go out to the ConnecticutGardenClubs.org website, you can navigate from membership to affiliates and see a list of the other affiliates. So you can see what company we would be keeping and decide whether you want to keep company with those folks or not.
Well, I did go on the website and I read what the Connecticut, the Arboretum, Connecticut Arboretum had a whole thing from the Connecticut College, and it's a beautiful write-up. I mean, they are clearly so way miles ahead of anything that we can offer, but it was very sophisticated and excellent.
Well, and that was, they were featured this month. So they were the featured affiliate for this month. So if you become the feature for a particular period, that's the kind of write-up that appears.
Oh, okay. So everybody doesn't have that kind of a write-up, just the featured one.
Well, I haven't looked at all of them, but I think you can put a little short, I don't know how many lines by your name, or that would be linked to your name.
Okay.
Its name.
Because that was a little overwhelming to read all of that. What are we going to say about us? And that has so many programs and so much stuff. Okay, so let's say we're going to go ahead and do that. So who fills that form out, John? Is that something Denise fills out, that I fill out? Who fills it out?
I think either Denise or you could fill it out, and then we have to arrange to send them a check.
Right. Okay, and where would you find the form?
It's on the website. If you go to ConnecticutGardenClubs.org to membership to affiliates, somewhere in there, there's a form you can download and complete.
Yeah, you clicked on it.
I'd be happy to take a stab at that, Philippa, and consult with you if there's info I don't need, and then I can pass it on to Charlotte to
Sounds
get
great.
You
checked.
can get a check. Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay, thank you very much. Wonderful. Moving right along here. As I said, Rachel cannot join us today. She was going to get me the flyer, but she hasn't yet. So she obviously hasn't quite finished it yet.
No, she emailed it to us.
Oh, she did. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Let me take a look and see. Okay, sorry. I did not put my emails. I still don't see it.
Hmm.
What does it look like?
Hold on, let me pull it up. Can I share my screen or is it blocked? Do you know?
I have no idea. I
I'll
was
try.
just put in as the host. You're asking me a complicated question
All
here,
right,
Sarah.
let me see. The only thing I told her to change was the time.
Yeah, that was a question. The question came up, should we extend it to the morning? I know you couldn't be there because the academy. Oh, screen share. There you go. Okay, fantastic. Can everybody see this?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. It is 10 to 3. You wanted to change the 10 to 3?
I mean, I thought, but I can't be there at 10. I can get there for 12 if that's okay with everybody.
Well, that's what I wanted to talk about today was, if I could be there from 10 to 12, if you could be there from 12 to 3, and I don't know, and I think 10 to 3 is a long time for anyone to have to be there.
Yes.
So Charlotte and John, would you be able to cover part of the time with either Sarah or myself?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
That would
And
be
I
a way
think
to celebrate my birthday.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
your birthday?
Yes.
Oh,
Great.
There's have to be cake. Okay. And Denise, can you take part of the time too?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I
what-
think Rachel planned on being there as well.
Excellent. Okay, so if you and Rachel and who would like to take the afternoon's spell, Denise or John and Charlotte?
We
What-
would. If it-
Yeah. Well,
Does it matter
I
to you, Denise?
defer to the birthday person.
So which would you like, birthday people, morning or afternoon?
Afternoon.
Okay, so Denise, could you do the 10 to 12 with me?
Absolutely.
Or 10 to 1, we could do some overlap in
Yeah.
there too.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay, so that's between Denise and me in the morning. Okay. I'm gonna pen that works. Okay, very good. Can you screen share just one more minute, Sarah,
Yeah.
please?
When would the prizes be awarded?
That was sort of something I'd hoped Rachel was going to be here. We were talking about how long the artists would need to work on their pieces of work. The thought being that they're invited to come in on the 6th. What do you think? Give them a week? What do people think? Any
No
thoughts?
idea.
No idea.
Yeah.
I mean, because Rachel did say that she'd like them to be delivered to the town hall, and I will be at the town hall to collect them, so that it doesn't bother the town hall people. But to have them delivered to the Lewis Center, they can't get in unless they have a tab to get in and there's somebody there. So the thought was having it on a day at the town hall when it's open. Let me just go look at a calendar for a minute. I just looked at the calendar and it seemed to me like, how about Monday, May the 15th? We have them handed in. And that would give Barbara time during that week to come in and make a judgment. And then we could announce the winners by the end of the week.
That's fine with me.
Does that sound, I mean, the 15th gives them an extra weekend, so a whole week and a Saturday and a Sunday to finish the artwork. Okay. I'll run that by Rachel just to confirm that.
Yeah.
And my concern is that she apparently has contacted arts teachers, but has not heard any back from any of them. So we need to up the publicity to let people know about this. How about going to Winnie, Sarah?
I can email them and see.
Sarah is our public speaker on Winnie. She and Gary are like this. Anybody, any other thoughts about how we should advertise this? Get the kids excited about it.
I think we need to push out the flyer. I think going on Winnie won't get kids. Going on Winnie will get adults. Like no
Okay.
kid listens to Winnie. They all want to go on Winnie, but they don't listen to Winnie. So I don't know how to get the kids.
Mm.
Besides advertising in schools, reaching out to Marianapolis, us, Putnam, Killingly.
Yeah.
We're having an event on Thursday here, the Human Rights Conference, so we could have flyers printed and like give them to those teachers and say, hey, we're doing this. If you could pass this along to your art teachers, we could do that
Is that this Thursday?
next Thursday.
Just
Was that the 23rd or the 30th?
30th.
30th, okay.
just to have some information out for the kids also, because some of those kids coming to that conference may be artists.
Mhm.
I'm just
Is there
concerned. Sorry,
Is
John.
there an Instagram channel or something like that the kids in this area follow? Or does that just vary by kid? Yeah.
I think it varies by kid. I'm not sure. I don't have Instagram, so that's out of my wheelhouse. So
Well, I understand that young people don't do Facebook. That's for old
No.
folks like us.
yes, that is very true. I think if a couple artists, kids at the academy put it on their Instagram story, maybe it'd get some traction there.
Yep.
Like someone like, I'm trying to think of her name, who's a really great artist here. This isn't the kids I usually interact with, but, and maybe on Woodstock Proud, if we post it there, our parents might see it. That would be somewhat helpful.
I think Woodstock Proud would be a good one. Yeah, okay.
Linda Kaplan's granddaughter is an artist.
She is.
She's
Yep.
at the academy.
Yes, she is.
Oh, that would be terrific. We could ask Linda to let her granddaughter put it out. Okay, great.
Charlie, I think she goes by.
Oh, she goes by a lot of things. CT or depends on.
They
the
all
week.
do. They all do.
Yes.
Okay, and we're looking at the middle school. My granddaughter is an artist at the middle school, but she doesn't have a phone or she doesn't have access to internet stuff, so she's too young for that.
I wonder if we ask Woodstock Education Foundation to push it for us. And Dina O'Hara or someone, I'll see Dina tomorrow.
Okay,
Ask if she'd be willing to push it for us.
thank you. Denise, are you getting all these things down in the minutes? This is the kind of stuff that is good to have in our minutes, is that Sarah says she will do this, Charlotte says she will do that, John has suggested whatever. Because
Okay,
sometimes we throw out ideas here and then we forget
okay,
who
okay.
said we would do it,
I don't forget.
Thanks.
I'm writing it all down.
Yeah,
Where is the recording stored, Philippa?
I'm sorry.
How can you access the recording of this?
I believe it goes onto the town website, is my understanding.
Okay.
So that if you forget what you've promised to do.
Yeah, thanks, Philippa. I'm not sure. I kind of was just with the general discussing how to get the word out. So I might not have captured all that, but I'll try to do better.
Okay, that's all right. I think Sarah has it down and I have it down so that we
Okay.
can, that's okay.
Okay.
So the other question was, since we're having it from that length of time, should we be doing some baking, providing some snacks, free snacks, snacks that they can buy. I was thinking we'd have water there. What about something, some kind of snacks for them to buy if they needed to, or just snacks to eat, just for the fun of it?
Yeah. I always,
Besides a birthday cake.
yeah,
I only thought about that when Denise, you said, "Oh, I'll be happy to bake."
I'd be happy to bake.
Thank you.
I'd be happy to bake.
I mean,
I'll
what do you think? Do you think we should have stuff out there for kids, or is COVID so bad that it shouldn't be there? I baked we had a concert last night, and I baked a whole big thing of cookies and just brought them in a bin. And when I got there, I saw everybody else had bagged their cookies, 2 cookies in a little baggie, so that
Yeah.
nobody was touching the other cookies. You just got a little baggie, which took me by surprise. I just brought a big box of them. So I'm just wondering about that. Sarah, is there any kind of ruling out there as far as you know? I've lost you again. You vanished. Okay, she's busy.
I'm here. I'm
Okay.
here. Sorry, I'm still at work and there's work things.
Okay, the Academy at the concert last night had food, but it was in little baggies, like individual serving baggies of cookies. And we were talking
Yeah,
about
because parents do all that.
so whether we should have cookies or something available for people to snack on when they're here at the Arboretum. What do you think?
I mean, you can always see if the ARC, their cookie shop, would either donate or give us a discount, or we can just buy cookies from them. But all the stuff at the music concert was given by Wampa.
Right, but I mean, Denise said that she would bake and I'll bake, so we
Nice.
can do baking. But it's just a question: do we want to? I thought we probably should have water there.
Yeah. Well, their time of, 10 to 3, that's a pretty long time. If somebody's going to be there that whole time, I think they'll need some sustenance. So I would be up for cookies and snacks if we get a little trail mix or something.
Mhm.
That people could just grab bags of prepared.
Yeah.
I think that would be a nice thing to do. I'm not thinking that anybody's going to actually be there that whole length of time, or if
Okay.
they would bring a lunch with them, I would think. But if somebody's there for a couple of hours, they might still want to have a little. I mean, it
We
just
could,
makes it seem more friendly.
Trader Joe's puts up big bags of little bags of things like nuts and trail mix and stuff, which are good. Each little bag is a single serving, and we could donate a couple of bags of those.
Okay. Well, let's do that. Okay, Denise, you and I will bake and bag, and you can do some
Yeah.
Trader Joe's. That'd be fantastic. And I'll pick up water. Okay,
Okay.
great. We have a banner for a spring festival. We don't have a banner for art in the Arboretum. Chase makes a nice banner for us. I'm just thinking maybe we should get one. What do people think?
Do you think that brought in any brought in any people?
Well, it went up, right at the Arboretum about a
Okay.
week ahead of time. Did it bring in people? No, because nobody came. I mean, I can't say it did. I mean, it just, once more, we're trying to get that word out.
Mhm.
How do you feel, Denise? Do you think a banner would be a good idea? It's like a 6-foot long banner that hangs between 2 posts, and it's brightly colored, and it will say something like art in the Arboretum, and then the date underneath it, and Chase will change the date. So if we do this as an annual event, they will take the banner back and change the date somehow.
Yeah. So, and that's how by the main road, not in the
Yeah.
back.
No,
Yeah.
right out there in the main road. So as you drove by, there would be 2 banners now. One would say Spring Festival, and one would say Art in the Arboretum, but they both say the same date.
Yeah. I mean, I think, and especially if you can use it from year to year and change the date.
Right. Okay, I will take care of that. I'll get a banner. And what I do, Charlotte, is if I spend money, I just take the receipt to the town hall, and then they send me a check. I usually pay my money and give them the receipt at the town hall, and then they take it out of our funds and write the check for me. So it
And
doesn't have to involve more than one person.
they'll let me know, I guess.
Okay.
they'll let me know that they've written the check.
Oh, yeah,
right?
they will absolutely let you know. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Diane will send you
They don't do
something.
anything without letting you know.
Yeah, Diane's good about that.
Yeah. And so Sarah, do you think there's any point of going on Winnie or not?
I mean, I don't know, like, and like you said, it does give some publicity to the organization. But we're definitely not gonna get kids from Winnie, that's for sure.
Right.
I mean, so,
But maybe we'll get adults because, I mean, Crystal had said, oh, I hope you're going to have some adults invited to paint.
good,
And
is she willing to help us recruit adults to come? Like, all these people have these great ideas, yet no one wants to actually do the
Right.
work. You
But
can,
but it is going on to the art, the Art League of Northeast Connecticut is going onto their website, and it was brought up at their meeting.
okay,
Elaine brought it up at the meeting, so they know about it. So we're just looking at that. It gives them some publicity too. If you go to on Winnie Radio and say that they're going to be part of it.
what is it? Yeah, I can email, we'll email and see what he says.
Okay, great, thank you.
And I wonder if you do, get a little spot or time to talk with Gary on Winnie Radio about also kind of promoting. I know there's a Last Green Valley, kind of people can come to the Arboretum, as well as, I mean, would it be appropriate to talk about some of the stuff from the arborist? And just about kind of the needs of the Arboretum, the trees that are there, the work that it is to maintain it, just to get interest.
Anyone else can come on Winnie too. I
And
mean, I'm
Denise-
on Winnie quite a bit, but anyone is more than welcome to join me.
Denise, would you like to go on Winnie?
No, Philippa, I think you are the most intimately, knowledgeable about the Arboretum and, the trees and what the needs are and the variety that is available right here in, Woodstock that I think could be of interest to people. I mean, I think just also with people's environmental concern, that the Arboretum and trees and all the stuff we're learning about trees, I just think it could be a real interest.
Okay. Okay, Sarah, see if you can find us a time and I'll go on with you.
Okay,
And I'll talk with Denise about what I'm going to say first.
okay.
She's got great ideas. Okay. I went down there a couple of days ago and pruned or cleared the ground all around the Lenten roses because they're coming into gorgeous bloom right now, but they're a little overwhelmed by the leaves and their leaves from last year. So I cut those back and pushed the leaves back a bit, but they're going to be gorgeous this year. They're beginning to come out in bloom, and the witch hazel is in full bloom right now. It's absolutely stunning. But we need some work days down there. I sent out an email to Pomfret School to see if they could give us some students before May the 6th. I haven't heard from them yet. What day do you have scheduled, Sarah, for your students?
May 18th.
So it's too late, okay. Any chance that we could get anybody sooner than that?
And not if you want me there. There's no way.
Okay. So who might I contact at the academy? Who might bring a sports team or somebody down?
Sean Saucier?
Okay. I know where he lives. Sean Saucier is the athletic director, and he happens to live in the house right next to my son-in-law and daughter, so that I see him quite easily and quite frequently. I will check, because there is work that needs to be done. There's a lot of fallen branches that have to be picked up and cleared. The bulbs need to be fed. The ornamental grasses need to be cut back. So there's tasks to be done that require people bending and stretching and lifting and carrying and dragging, which is probably, I know Denise, you had said you don't weed, right?
I'm not a big weeder, but I'm happy to go and help with cleanup.
Okay.
Yeah.
Linda Kaplan said she'd see if she could get some people from the garden club too.
Excellent. And I think she asked what day students were going to be there, and so they could coordinate with the students, right? So let me try and again get hold of the teacher from Pomfret, because he does the outreach for Pomfret, and I can see if we can schedule an early date from Pomfret. and then we'll coordinate all together.
Very good.
Okay, so Julian's report, I emailed him and asked for when he would be available. And I said, I know I want to meet with him and talk about the report. And I thought maybe anybody else here on the committee would be interested in discussing that report with him. And my sense is really prioritizing what we can get away with or what do we have to do this year. Yes, John, you wanted to say something.
I'm having a senior moment. I don't remember who Julian is.
Okay, he is the arborist.
Ah,
We got that big report from his company, and he came in the fall and looked at all the trees. He has been treating the purple beech for several years now.
mhm.
And that's one of the trees that the report says we should take down, that it is doomed, we should remove it. But that for me just gave me the squeamy heebie-jeebies. I just love big tree, and the thought of just taking it down, I'd rather, there's a part of it that has to come down. It's like one branch that has to come down, but the tree is such a massive, important planting. And in fact,
Really?
that report, basically, almost all of our major trees said should come out, which is horrifying.
All have natural lives.
Yeah. So, but we do need to meet with Julian. He loves the Arboretum. He's an ex-Woodstock Academy student, and he loves the Arboretum. He got that report done by his company for free for us, which is fantastic. And it's very specific about all the different things that need to be done. We haven't signed a contract with him for his work for this coming year, but we need to do that. And I'm sort of hesitating to sign any contracts until we hear what the budget's going to be. Because his contract extends beyond July through the year. So I don't know what monies we're going to be given. And then we got the mowing as well. And if we can't hire students to do the work, there is a sort of a side branch of the company that does the mowing that do gardening work kind of stuff, that they may do some of that clearing up that we would pay the students to do, but then we'd be paying a company to do it. And the town hall may allow us to do that, but we'd be paying them a lot more than we'd pay the students.
Yep.
And it would be very nice to give students jobs for the summer, because that's sometimes tough to find. So that's sort of up in the air right now, but I do think we need to meet with Julian and really nail down what has to happen. I mean, they have those 3 lists of things that should be happening. Everybody's had a chance to read the report, right?
No,
No,
I don't remember seeing it.
no, I don't either.
I thought I sent it to everybody. Sarah, you got it, right?
And I
Denise,
got it.
you
Yeah.
And okay, I will resend it to you then, Charlotte. I did send it out to everybody. Maybe it got lost amongst your emails,
Could be.
but
But
I
if
will.
you did it again, that would be good.
Yeah, it's a very, very detailed report about all the different trees and the kind of diseases that they're suffering from, and which trees should be taken out. And unfortunately, it's all the ashes are doomed. But one workshop I went to said that don't take out the ash until it's dead, because you never know which ash might have the DNA to survive. So don't remove them until they're absolutely dead. And I think that goes along with my feeling of don't take anything out unless it's dropping on your head.
I think, but before we I think we need to walk the property with him
Right.
and then make a call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. So I asked him what days he had that would be convenient, because he's a working man.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting to hear from him and then to find out from you guys. I know that your time is very tight. What would be a better time for you, Sarah?
Tuesdays and Wednesdays are my worst days. So I'm usually good Monday nights, except for the 3rd Monday of every month. Thursdays I'm good, except for the 2nd Thursday of every month. I'm good Fridays. The weekends depends on if I'm here or not.
Right. So by the sound of it, any Friday is
Friday
best.
after school, I'm usually pretty good.
Okay. a Friday after school, how would that be for you, Denise?
Sure.
And John and Charlotte, a Friday afternoon after school, if I can get
Should
Julian.
be.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah,
Okay. So we have a possible date. That's great.
Unless I'm not here.
I'll make
But
sure.
you shouldn't do this all on my schedule. Because
No,
we'll pick
you're
a
the-
day in 2027 at that rate, so.
a
And I
Friday.
do have another meeting at 4 that I'm gonna run to.
Okay, well, we don't have to stop at 40 minutes. We have a little bit of extra time, but we're almost through, which is doing really well here. Okay, I will get you the report, John and Charlotte. I don't know where it got lost in the emails, but I will get you a copy of it. I'll email it to you.
thank you.
And it's very thorough. I mean, he and his company did a great job, but it's a depressing in that sense because it just talks about remove. But I'll recontact Julian and say any Friday, please, after 3 o'clock, we can meet with you. And anything else?
Mhm.
Okay, I will get keys for the shed. You still have your key, Sarah?
I think so.
Uh-oh.
No, if it's, it might be on, if it's on here, I have it still.
If it's
No, I
on
do
there-
have it. I do have it. I know I do.
All right, okay. So I will get keys to the shed because that is where all the tools, the wheelbarrows
Mm.
are, except for the gloves, which right now are in the back of my car because I washed them all and they have not got back into the shed yet. But we do have tools and gloves, although I tend to bring my own tools down just because I like to work with them better. But when we go down for work times, they're down there. Okay. Other questions, other thoughts? Denise, as a first meeting, any thoughts, any questions, things that you want to know about?
No, I'll learn as I go along. I mean, just one thought I had, I don't want to throw a wrench into what sounds like a very great event, but I was also wondering about like inviting writers. I know you talked about artists and painting, but writers who might write about trees. But maybe that's something to consider in the future at another time.
I think it's a lovely idea, but I think I'd like to stick with just the artists for this time and maybe writers another time and then maybe combine the two. I had tried that at the academy one year,
Okay,
combine an English class with an art class, and it didn't work.
okay,
Just the teachers, I think, got too busy, but but I
yeah,
think it's a great idea. I do. And we have poet laureates in Pomfret, Nancy Weiss, who's a friend of mine, and they are becoming very active poet laureates of Pomfret who might be very willing to kind of step over a boundary into Woodstock and do some poetic stuff and then some writing there, which would be nice.
sure.
Charlotte and John, any concerns or questions? This is your first official meeting. The other
No,
one was an
I think we're
meeting.
good.
Okay.
Great. Sarah, anything that you want to throw in
Nope.
that we haven't covered? Okay, so we're done.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, Philippa.
Thank you all very, very much. I'll see you. Am I going to see you tomorrow at the gym, Denise?
Yes, yes. Do you want to talk about, I mean, do you have a minute now to tell me about the ushering?
Sure. Oh, yes, I absolutely. Yes, yes. Okay. Yeah, the performance is at 10 o'clock.
Okay,
And as Mary Weaver is going to do it also, I think, because she wasn't sure if she had a doctor's appointment for her husband. But she said, oh, that's pretty tight getting from the gym to the loose by, in 15 minutes. I said, oh, yeah, I guess it is. So maybe you can get there by 9:15 is fine. But
okay,
it's a kid's performance so that they come, the schools come, the buses come in behind Loose Center, and basically we seat them. And the issues are you want a kid's butt in every seat with no spaces, and the teacher needs to save a seat, and you want the school to be sitting together. So as the kids come in, they're all excited. It's like, wow, and they keep coming down, you go down this aisle, you go over to that aisle, and we direct. There should be about half a dozen ushers. My husband has surgery that morning, so I don't know whether he'll be in surgery and I can pop across, or I can't be there. But Sandy, a woman called Sandy Groom, who has done this many, many years, will be there, and she's
Okay.
and Mary Weaver's done it before. Um,
Okay,
so it's pretty straightforward. You're just basically seating the kids, and then you stay and watch the performance. It's an opera. It's Salt Marsh Opera is putting this on, and then help the kids make sure they leave. That they just walk out. And
okay,
the teachers are sitting with them, so you really don't have to do any disciplining or anything else.
okay.
You're just there to help the kids get seats. That's
Okay,
all. It's
I
very
would love-
straightforward.
would love
Thank
to
you.
do that. Yeah. And do you want like us to dress in any particular way?
I usually would not come in my gym clothes.
Right. I didn't know if
There's
you
a-
wanted like black pants and white shirt.
No. There's no uniform. No, you come just any way you want.
Okay.
Just something a little bit nice. That's all.
Okay.
But it's fun watching the kids' faces as they come in, because many of them have never been in a theater before. So it's like, wow, it's very sweet.
Yeah.
So it's fun. It's nice. But
Yeah.
thank you very much. So I'll put you down. I'm still waiting to find out who I can get. And
Sure.
I will be there if I can, and if I can't, then I say Sandy or Mary will be in charge.
Yeah. Hey, Philippa, can I just share with you one other idea that just I had about the Arboretum committee? I mean, one thing
Sure.
I really love to do is to read. And a book that really impacted me greatly was called The Overstory about trees. Did you read that book?
Oh, I've read it twice. Yes.
Okay. And I didn't know about I mean, just to promote the Arboretum, like having a book discussion in the Arboretum, maybe some evening in the summer, invite people to bring chairs. Maybe, you could have wine and a little beverage of just to, try and get people to go there and see it and talk about trees and the importance of trees.
I think that's a wonderful idea, because that is such a great book.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No. Yeah. And
Yeah.
all the research that's going on right now about trees communicating
Yes.
and how they take care of each other and nurture each other. And absolutely.
Yes. I mean, I think, about community and just how are we a community and this trees. Yeah. Anyway,
That's a wonderful idea. I'm so glad you're on the committee. You've got
oh,
great
well,
ideas.
let's talk more. And thank you for inviting me.
Well, this is terrific. Okay, let's do that.
All right, Philippa, have a good afternoon.
Same to you.
See
Take
you
care.
soon.
See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye.